All right, let's get this thing started. Before we jump into tonight's training, I want to introduce myself to anyone on here who may be newer to this space and have never seen my face before. So my name is Michelle Simmons. And let me tell you, I wear quite a few hats in life. Okay. I'm a wife of now 13 years. I'm a mom of 5 amazing humans. I am a grandmother. Yes, I am. I'm a grandmother to 2 sweet grandbabies. My granddaughter is 3 and my grandson he just turned 5. Professionally, I'm a pre-K teacher. I have been a pre-K teacher. This is year number 11 for me. I'm also a college student. I went back in my 40s. I'm a student of biblical studies, and I'm just a woman who is in this business, in this industry. I lead with the mindset behind ageless beauty, which means I believe growth, confidence, and stepping into your purpose has absolutely no age limit at all. So whether you are on here and you are 22 or 62, there is always room to grow, to build, and to become the next version of yourself. And one of the things I'm most passionate about in this industry is developing people. I love to train. I love to coach. I love to give people new insight. So not just building numbers. I believe business grows when people grow. And I feel like we all should be continuously growing. So tonight I want to spend a few minutes talking about something that I can completely relate to, being in this industry for 16 plus years. And I want to be able to change how you build your team and your businesses in this industry. The difference between recruiting and sponsoring is what we're going to talk about tonight. And trust me, there is a difference. I'm going to continue saying that because there is a difference between recruiting and sponsoring in this industry. Okay. And I just want to tell you that, write this down. Yes. I hope you got your pens and your notebook. I forgot to tell you that at the beginning. Because listen, anybody can recruit. I want you to write that down. Anybody can recruit, but not everybody knows how to sponsor. Okay? Let me repeat that. Anybody can recruit, but not everybody knows how to sponsor. Okay? And if you are serious about building a business that lasts, a business that grows, a business that develops leaders, then you have to understand the difference between the two things. Okay? Again, I want you to write this down. All right? Note this. Recruiting gets people into the business. Write this down. Recruiting gets people into the business. Sponsoring helps people grow in the business. And those two things are not the same. They are not the same. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the recruiting gets people in. Sponsoring raises them up. Let's talk about it. Because recruiting is simple. Recruiting is when someone sees your post. They like your products. They like the opportunity. And then they join. That's recruiting. Okay? But sponsoring is deeper. Sponsoring is saying, I'm not just excited that you join me. I'm committed. I'm committed to helping you grow. Okay? So write this down too. Recruiting fills spots. Okay? Recruiting fills spots. Sponsoring builds people. Recruiting fills spots, sponsoring builds people, and businesses that last are not built on numbers. They are built on people development. And I love that. And that is what I love so much about this industry. Businesses are built on people development. What I'm doing right now is people development, helping people to grow. I don't know, it just lights a fire in me. I just had to share that. Y'all got that? Recruiting fills spots, sponsoring builds people, and businesses that last are not built on numbers. They are built on people development. Okay? So let's talk about the recruiting trap. Let me tell y'all something I noticed early in network marketing. I saw people who were amazing recruiters. They had people joining every week. Their inboxes were full. Their links were getting clicked on. But 3 months later, those same people were gone. Why? Do y'all know why? Because they were recruited. But they were never sponsored. They were never sponsored. They were recruited and they were never sponsored. Nobody showed them how to succeed. Nobody checked in. Nobody helped them believe they could do this. And that's when I realized something powerful. Now write this down. If you recruit faster than you sponsor, your business will always feel unstable because people will come in and people will disappear. But when you sponsor people well, guess what they end up doing? They end up staying. They end up growing. And eventually, they become leaders. Okay? Type a 1 in the chat if this is something new to you hearing. Oh, I see him. I see him. See, this is information that you need to know, because if you recruit faster than you sponsor, your business is always going to feel unstable. And I know this. I can relate to this because I have been in that position. Because the people will come in and the people will fall off just as fast as they come in. But when you sponsor them well, they end up staying. They end up growing. And then those are the ones that become your leaders. Okay? And sponsoring looks like leadership. It looks like leadership. Now, let me share with you what sponsoring actually looks like. A sponsor is someone who teaches. I love that because you know I'm a teacher. A sponsor teaches. A sponsor encourages. A sponsor develops people. This is what makes me cling to what I do here in this industry, because I do all of this in the classroom. I teach, I encourage, I develop students. I also want you to know that sometimes the biggest thing a sponsor gives to someone is belief. Because a lot of women who join this business don't join because they're already confident. They're joining because they're searching for something. And a lot of the times they're searching for growth. They're searching for something new. They're searching for another version of themselves. And that is where leadership comes in. That is where leadership comes in. because people are coming into this industry, into your business, partnering with you because they're looking for something. They're looking for something new. Like I said, whether it's confidence, whether it's they're looking for a better version of themselves. Okay? And again, that's where your leadership comes in. Now, y'all know I'm a teacher. I'm going to keep saying that. And every day I work with pre-K babies. Now, imagine if those babies walked into my classroom and I just said, all right, everybody, the books are over there. The crayons are over there. Good luck. Go figure out this learning thing. Now, is that me doing my job? Like, that would be recruiting. That is the example. They come into the classroom every single day. I give them the materials. I don't tell them what to do with it, and I walk away. Teaching them means I walk them through the process. I show them how to hold the pencil. I encourage them when they are frustrated. And they get frustrated in my classroom. I encourage them when they get frustrated. I celebrate them when they get something right. That's sponsoring. Okay? And guess what happens? Those babies of mine, they grow. And I get to see them grow over a 10-month period. From the first day of school all the way to the last day of school. That is my reward. And the same thing happens in this business, in network marketing. People grow when someone walks with them. I always say I'm in the trenches. I'm in the trenches with my organization. I'm in the trenches with my team. I'm not going to ask you to do anything that I am not willing to do myself. Okay? Now, let me bring this into something that is very personal to my brand. Okay? You all know I talk about Ageless Beauty all the time. Ageless Beauty is not just about skincare or makeup, because that is what the first thing that people think. Ageless Beauty, they're thinking about how you look on the outside, right? Which is mainly skincare or makeup. But this Ageless Beauty is about growth at every stage of life. Okay? There is no age limit on becoming a better version of yourself. Y'all write that down. There is no age limit on becoming a better version of yourself. There is no age limit on building confidence. There is no age limit on starting something new. And I see people come into this business in their 20s. They come into this business in their 40s. They come into this business in their 50s. They come into this business in their 60s, still discovering their power. Still discovering their power. Growth has no age limit. And when you sponsor someone well, you might be helping them to step into that confidence for the first time in their life. Just think about that. How much of an impact you can have on somebody's life that you don't even know. And they decide to partner with you. And your sponsoring, your leadership in their life helps them to step into confidence for the first time in their entire lives. I have felt that personally. It is one of the greatest feelings ever. And actually made me more hungry in this industry because that is what it is about. Because you want to help to develop someone. It has one of the biggest rewards. Okay? Sponsoring builds leaders. It really does. And here's the real difference. Recruiting creates numbers, right? And I've already told you that sponsoring creates leaders, and leaders create momentum. Because when you sponsor someone well, they start sponsoring someone else well. Yeah, it's a ripple effect. And that is when the culture of the team changes. That's when your business stops depending on one person. Right now, is your business dependent on just you? That means you need to start working on your sponsoring skills. Because when your business stops depending on one person, that's when it becomes a community growth. And that's what you want. Now, let me tell you what good sponsors do. And I want to make this practical. So here are some things strong sponsors do. Write these down. All right? Because I want you to be able to take this on the journey with you. A good sponsor checks in. Not just when someone joins you, okay? But when they are struggling. A good sponsor teaches. You know, that's my favorite word right there. Teach. Teaches. They don't say, go post. They show people what works. Okay? A good sponsor encourages, because sometimes people don't quit because the business doesn't work. They quit because they lost the confidence. And a sponsor helps to rebuild that. Okay? Okay? Y'all got that? Oh, you want me to repeat it? Okay. A good sponsor checks in. Not just when somebody joins you. You check in when they are struggling. Okay? A good sponsor, what's my favorite word? Teaches. They just don't say, go do something. Go do this. No, they actually show you what to do. They show you what works. A good sponsor encourages, because sometimes people don't quit because the business doesn't work. Even though that's a lot of people's excuses. Oh, this business don't work for me. It's not that. They quit because they lost the confidence. And as a sponsor, you help to rebuild that. Okay? I'm about to bring it on in. Told y'all I wasn't going to be on here for long. So the woman you sponsor, let's talk about her. Let me say something that might shift your mindset when it comes to the woman you sponsor. Okay? So the woman you sponsor today might become the woman who changes her entire family's financial future. This woman might be the woman who changes her entire family's financial future. But right now, she might not believe in herself. Right now, that's not where she is. She might not believe she can sell one product. She might not believe anyone will listen to her. But if you sponsor her well, she will grow. And one day she will look back and she will say, the moment when I almost quit was the moment that someone believed in me. And who is that someone? Who is that someone? That someone is you. So tonight I want to leave you with this question. Are you trying to recruit people? Or are you trying to sponsor leaders? Because if we focus on sponsoring, if we focus on developing people, if we focus on growth at every stage of life, then we are not just building a business. We are building confidence. We are building leadership. And we are building legacy. And that is what ageless beauty leadership looks like. Growth, with no age limit. I hope you all got some great value out of this training tonight. Go back, look at your notes, look at how to be a good sponsor. Those days when you are discouraged and you feel like you are not the best sponsor or leader, let this training help you to realize the places in which you need to grow in, the places in which you need to develop yourself more in when it comes to being a great sponsor, because there is a difference between recruiting and sponsoring. Y'all have an amazing night, and I will see y'all next time on the next training with Ageless Beauty by Michelle. Y'all have a good one.